Morning, fellow zombies. Are we alive yet? Are we awake yet? Are we emotionally screwed up and sleep deprived? Or are we sleep screwed up and emotionally deprived? I'll agree to everything. 2:12 in the morning, West Coast time. It is Sunday, the 8th of September, 2024. And no, I'm not alive or awake yet. I'm a filament of people's imagination. And I was regretting this anniversary date like crazy. It really was. I wasn't quite sure if I was going to be able to deal with this one or not. Since my brother's passing a long time ago, I know this one should have been under the title of The Diary of a Griever Named John Weaver, which is me. I still wanted to do a zombie thing because I was hoping maybe to find something else to talk about besides a death anniversary, which a lot of people have to deal with. And what they're going to be planning on doing is probably visiting gravestones or doing something to commemorate the lost ones, the lost loved ones, what they had, what they've done, what they're going to do, what they wanted to do, or what they like to eat. It's way too damn early for some of the stuff I want to get and grocery runs right now as it is. At this point, several years ago, at a hospital in Lancaster, California, my brother's coming home. Oh, why would use the past tense? Me and my brother came home in an ambulance. He was transported because we didn't have anything else to get us back home with, and he was still not able to get around as much. But when he did get home, crawled right into his blue recliner chair, which has been pretty full of stuff in there for several years since his passing. And he just collapsed in there and just slept. Had a hell of a time at the hospital the night before when they were trying to stabilize his blood sugar. And that day he was supposed to be getting a manual wheelchair for me to tool him around a little bit here and there. He was looking forward to it. And we just got the thing. And then it tells me he can't breathe. Automatically, I'm in my bedroom, just sleeping about an hour or two, I think. And I'm getting up groggily. I'm like, what? He can't breathe. Okay, fine. Get him into the chair here. And start calling 911. Start talking to him. Look at my brother's skin. Look how he is. If he's flushed, if he's turning blue, is he passing out? I wish I had a pulse ox meter on him, but I didn't. I didn't have any batteries for that or the damn wrist wrist monitor would measure his pulse and his heartbeat. I didn't have that. I didn't have that available. I didn't even have the batteries for the damn thing. If I did, I would have been able to figure out what the fuck was going on with him. I've always regretted it. I've always regretted of not helping my brother out as much as I could. But I called the ambulance, got stuff ready to go again. Taking care of my dog. She'll stay here and make sure that the guys in the ambulance would come over here and be able to put him into the stretcher, and he would go out. I'd get my stuff, lock up the house, put the stuff into the ambulance. I mean, I had a routine going on during this time. I talked about it many times, but it's still a nightmare to deal with. And while we're rolling out there, I'm putting out the general maydays again. I'm going to need to get transportation home. I got my brother being taken back over to the hospital. I'm going to need this. I'm going to need that. Help. That's what I said on there, basically, I think. Next thing I know, I'm trying to get things routined and charging up the phone left and right, and I don't know how long it was. Whatever it was, they were battling it out in the trauma center. And he just couldn't stabilize his ass. And I didn't know it until I'm coming over there. Now, I think they had a priest trying to counsel me. I'm just ignoring him. I'm getting over to the trauma center and I see this slab of beef. Unresponsive. It looked like my brother, but I didn't want to see his face. But I knew it was him. I yelled at him, telling him to get his ass up. What the hell are you doing? You don't quit. Something to that effect. Anyway, I always had security coming over to escort me out. But I left anyway because I just didn't know how to handle it. Shock. Everything has sometimes seemed to be a blur, and other times become a little more acute. It's been 6 years since that happened. It's bad enough seeing my mama passing away slowly before me, but this was definitely a shocker. See, I keep seeing some of these things on social media, and they're telling me that I should get over it. And I've seen other group pages where they actually have the grievers. They're not getting over it. Either it could be AI bots or something like that, or actually real people who actually feel real emotions or real heartbreak and heartache. And they can't get past the pain. Other people can try getting past the pain because they can try finding some more moleskin to put on their soul and just get on with life and try to smile about it. Me, I already had mine ripped off, so I can't find it anymore. I don't know where the hell the damn thing's at. It's depressing to talk about these things because I guess people want other things to talk about. I don't want to talk about something of a reality check here because this damn shit is too damn real. Give me 1 second here, guys. Sorry about that. I've been dealing with a constant bug war in this place. Something I had to take care of beforehand. Yeah, it may be depressing as hell just to keep hearing this damn thing over and over and over again, and people will be wanting to leave because they don't want to deal with something like this. I hate to tell you something, but I wake up with it every single morning. I go to bed with it every single night. And sometimes in the middle of the night, if I actually do have a dream, I'm going to wake up and it's going to tear my ass apart. Why? Because it will. And there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I can talk to people about it, go on the channels and talk about it like crazy, go on my audio and keep talking about it because that's the only thing I know how to do. I know the world's going mad with everything else that we should be talking about and having conniption fits and having our emotions go crazy at this point. I got people trying to stir other people up, and because they want to do this, they want to get our own negative emotions out there to feed their own damn egos. I don't want that damn crap. I already got my own damn shit happening at home as it is. I don't need it. I don't want it. You can have it. Not this kid. Not this kid. This kid is looking at himself and wondering what the hell is going on throughout the rest of my life. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice if I was actually able to... hell. Give me 1 second. I'll do it as live. We got other people trying to not have conniption fits, being warned that other people have conniption fits, and that they are having problems concerning about their own conniption fits. They're having problems concerning about dealing with life on life's terms. And how do you do that? How do you do that? And quite honestly, I don't know. Because I'm still having a problem with that one. All right, you get out of here, and you're going to just be in the plastic bag for a while. Got my grits in here. Oh, things I have to do to compile, fight with bug war. We're just all over the damn place. Got to deal with that shit. Past 2 or 3 years, still haven't been able to get rid of these sons of bitches. But I'm dealing with what I've got right now. On a church gathering online, I came to it rather late, like halfway. So apparently there was a lot of anger, frustration, and stress over what's been happening in certain areas, and it was freaking people out left and right. There was like a shooting happening. There was, well, we know about the Georgia shooting. And then, while they're talking about one particular topic here, Kentucky has its own shooting again on a freeway, or near a freeway. It scared the hell out of people. It's like and then the politicians coming out and jibber jabbering. One of them actually said that, because we are getting used to this damn stuff, our schools are made soft targets. We got to get more guns. We got to get more armed guards over here because it's more normalized. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Another candidate that comes over here to counteract the asshole is the saying that, look, this is not normal. This is not supposed to be normal. We're getting normalized because people are dying, including our kids. Paraphrasing things. It's like, now we got to get used to school shootings and people being murdered left and right. Now we have to have more guns in the place. We have to protect ourselves. Because we need more guns. People got more guns, and they got more guns, and we need more guns, 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 guns. Some of the independents are having issues over this damn thing. They're having a field day replaying stuff over and over again to get you that feeling of saying, guns, guns, guns are evil. Yes, they are. But they are a necessary tool when it comes down for warfare. But when it comes down for internal, why the hell do we have an AR-15 brought into schools? Because we had to stop the other schmucks coming in with the AR-15s we didn't want in the first place, and they're shooting up the place. So now we got to make ourselves into a damn war zone. See, things like that are probably would be bothering me a hell of a lot more than an anniversary of a brother's death that happened suddenly. And I'm not talking about just like anything like shot up or anything like that. No. His body gave out, period. And so did his mind, soul, and everything else. And leaving me stuck with everything else here. So if there was a bit of anger at this point, I probably would be angry at my brother for doing this shit. But I know I could just keep replaying the old anger and anger and anger and anger, and it's like there's no way I can get a break on this damn thing. No break, no peace. It always has to be combat, 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 combat. Doesn't matter where it's coming from. Doesn't matter what it is. It's combat, combat, combat. I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of me crying my eyeballs out because my brother's dead, my mother's dead. That hurts. Yes, I know it hurts. And I cry my eyeballs out every time I get freaking triggered about the damn thing. And I hardly ever touch the anger at this point over here because I know it's still in there. I have a lot of anger, a lot of regret, a lot of finger pointing at this rate. Really can't find someone to blame or something to blame at this point over here. I knew about Ma dying. I just didn't want to deal with the concept of it. I saw her going in the downhole, the downslope like crazy until she was gone. Little by little, she was slipping away. And there was not a damn thing we could do about it. Me and my brother. It was eating him alive left and right. And then it was his turn to go out, but he goes out suddenly. And now I gotta deal with this shit. And what's worse off is stuff that my brother was telling me a long time ago. It's either got me paralyzed with fear to the point where I can't even talk right, that I'm having issues with the damn thing, or I'm getting pissed off at the thing because I don't want to have it happen. I don't want it. I never wanted to hear about the damn shit, but I heard it. Now what do I deal with it? It's like something that my brother thought of and scared the shit out of him, and he shared about it. And now he had me scared about the damn shit. It's like, thanks a lot, you motherfucker. Thanks a lot, you motherfucking asshole. If you're right here, I'd kick your fucking ass. Well, I could try kicking his ass. I know in his prime he would definitely be wiping my ass off the floor. But if he was still in his physical condition, there was no way in hell he was going to be doing anything about it. And me yelling at my brother would have been like elder abuse. He was 8 years older than I am. You don't yell at cripples. You don't yell at elderly people. You just don't. But I would yell at my brother. And only if he had the ability to yell and fight back. And I mean verbally, me yelling and screaming at him and him doing the same shit to me. Well before he had his strokes. We actually had a brouhaha. The last one we had. And it was about taking care of him. And me going over to college at the same damn time. And I told him, look, he was worried about it. He was really worried about it. Even after his 60th birthday was coming up, he wanted to make sure that no matter what happened to him, he wanted me to continue further. And I kept telling this guy, no. Because if you happen to get into a damn spot, I'm not locking your ass up anywhere else. I'm taking care of your ass because that's how it is. And the other thing is, since I didn't have my Social Security activated at the damn time, and if it did, actually it was being activated during that time, I would have been able to pay rent and bills and take care of him. I still needed a place over my head. And then I was thinking about this. While I was arguing with him one logic, I was thinking about survival at that point. And the survival was, once the disability kicked in because of my own damn shit I had to go through, I was going to take care of my brother. I was going to take care of him and hope and pray that he didn't die on me. And the poor bastard did. Got the house. I got the apartment. Been trying to keep it going all this time. And my brother? Oh, what an asshole. Because that day we actually had the argument. I walked right out the damn door. Walked around the corner. Had to stop and think. I didn't know where the fuck I was going to go. Walk out and just be pissed off and prideful and egotistical about the damn thing. I'll show him what the hell is he does damn stuff going through the head at this point. I had to realize something. Epiphany. I had no place to go. Nobody would take care of my ass. We had a fight. Who was going to take care of his ass? Who was not able to take care of his ass? He was not in a position to take care of his ass. Family takes care of family. And I didn't care if I was going to stop school or not. I was going to take care of my brother. I went back home. We made our amends, made apologies, dropped the subject. But it's still in my head and still in his head probably that once his health becomes seriously compromised, he knew I was going to be going on full hunt, more of a caregiver than I was doing. Besides being a caregiver and a part-time student, I would have sacrificed college for him. It was something I learned a long time ago. We had to make sacrifices in the family to take care of each other, regardless of whatever the consequences happened after that. We did what we could for each other, because no one else was going to do it for us. Nobody else is going to take care of the damn stuff. We had to take care of our own. And that's what I did. So David became more ill. I still had to balance out the going to school and doing 24/7 on him. And I had to do both. But when the strokes kicked in, the summer vacation, first week of fall comes in, I'm taking care of school, and then he's starting to have more issues. I had to make a I had to do everything for him. That's not what a caregiver does. At least in my book anyway. Anything and everything he can. Making the meals, getting the food, left and right. Take care of the household. As best as I could back then. These days, I don't know about that. Still. And I had to go on survival right after he passed. I had to take a semester off from college. Semester and a half, actually. Winter break counts for that one. Because I still had to take care of things at home and deal with the emotional outbursts that were just about to start. Some things happen and I'm starting to cry like crazy. I don't even know why. Because every time I kept seeing something on screen, there were triggers. It took me a hell of a long while to figure it out. Now I know. I'll watch or hear something, think of something, trigger. Takes it a while for the mind and the body to get up to that level where I'm crying my eyeballs out. And that's, I don't know. What else can I say about that one? A day like today is supposed to be celebrated 58 years ago when Star Trek came out and everyone else was turning out to be a Trekkie or Trekker and doing the hand signs and doing all the damn toy shit and books and oh good lord, being a fandom to the max on that one. And me too. Before Dave's passage and him having situations, yeah, I'd be celebrating it a little bit of it. Wear a shirt or just do hand signs. That's about it. But beyond that, it was just another day. I could be a fan any other kind of day, no problem at all. But for a serious Star Trek fan who's still stuck back in 1966, trying to deal with the ideas and ideologies that they were trying to talk about back then, back in the 50s and 60s, and how we could have a better world, that's still trying to deliver some kind of hope to a lot of people. But seeing reality right now as it is, I don't know where the hell we're going to get that kind of hope. Because the Star Trek mythology, around this time, we actually had either eugenics war or World War III or both. And a few days ago, or about less than a week ago, there was something like the Bell riots that actually happened. And mythology in the Star Trek mythos, as they kept coming out with the scripts to talk about things. Hell, they didn't talk about it in the original series or the Next Generation. No, they had to bring some of this stuff out in Deep Space Nine. Concerning about around this time of year, we're supposed to have some kind of sanctuary cities putting in the homeless and discarded in there, while the haves are out there, the NIMBYs, just plain out forgot about the other people. It was just depressing as hell watching this damn two-parter. So some of the fans are going crazy on online about that one. And I'm looking at the place and I'm thinking, shit. We're a little day late and a dollar short on some of the stuff, but I guess we're getting close to it. Speaking of which. Uh, I talk about homeless a lot in some of my other recordings, didn't I? And other cities are trying to find constructive ways while dealing with the NIMBYs in their city of where they should keep the homeless, at least for temporary shelter being built and maintained. And some of the people are saying, no, 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 we need somewhere else. This is not, no, 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 you can't do this. Where else you want them? I don't care. Just get rid of them. They're a blight on the city. Get rid of them. We don't want to box them, but we want to get rid of them. They don't know what the fuck to do about it until they actually become one of them, and then they're part of the problem, and then they're going to be bitching and griping about it, and they'll feel powerless about it because congratulations, guy, you just put yourself in that damn headlock. But try this one. Even some of the homeless that may be keeping their wits and their intelligence intact on that, they can also lose their minds. Literally. They can also threaten people, and they have. There have been instances happening. 3 hots in a cot, ring a bell. How do you get yourself in trouble? By doing something stupid so you can get in for maybe 3 days of hots and cots. Maybe if the crime is serious enough, you get a few months. If you really did something heinous, you're stuck in there for life, but at least you got 3 hots in a cot. That's how you felt. Roseman, the past couple of days, we've been having problems concerning about the homeless situation. We have people sleeping in different areas, but also using areas as territory. And in order to protect their territory, one of these guys got armed. Took a shot at somebody who was walking his dog around an area. Was caught on camera, sent over to the sheriff's department, so now the guy's sitting in lockup right now, went for 3 days on this one. We're going to be doing psych eval on that schmuck. If he's going to be found sane, he's going to be going through trial. If he's going to be found insane, he's still going to go for trial, but we'll try to find some other place to lock his ass up somewhere, but away from this town anyway. I've seen this particular cat before. He talked to himself a great deal on the street, and angry and yelling at things. Waiting for a bus one day. I'm seeing this guy during the daytime, actually early morning hours, losing his mind. He was up and about. He wasn't sleeping. He was just walking around yelling. I wasn't going to do anything with this guy. I already feel sorry for the guy when the temperatures got cold enough that you'd be really going. And if I had some food for him, I'd leave it next to him, his sleeping body, so I didn't have to disturb the guy. Somebody walking around and just jibber-jatting and trying to threaten people's lives. I can understand the fear. I can understand the fear of people. fear of the homeless being turned into into belligerents, because things going on in their head that they have to constantly deal with. And sometimes it's a scary damn thing to deal with, I'll tell you that much. And that one is scared the hell out of me. That cat scared the hell out of me. I was here when the situation happened yesterday. I'm glad the dog walker's okay. Shot went wild. But where the hell did the shot go? I'm worried about that one there too. Now the people in Rosemont have a thing against homeless people because they're getting a little bit more out of control. That's what the fear and that's what the discussion is. We had a guy several years ago, before I got in this town, called Billy. He'd been a vet. He had been living in this town for a long while. And I think he was a Rosemont icon in this place somehow. And they said he was the nicest guy. He had a dog, but somebody didn't like the dog, reported a dog biting at a person, and then dog taken away. And the guy's personality changed after that, darkened. Camped out near a restaurant in the desert. And in the middle of the night, he was over in the area where the restaurant was about to shut down. And he was having arguments with the people inside. They called law enforcement, rookie cop, and a training partner. The training partner was getting information. The rookie went in to confront the guy. And because Billy had produced a plastic knife, well, took about a week or two before we circulated around that there was a memorial going on. I missed it. I never knew this guy all that much. I'd seen him around our shopping area all the time. And he lived in the area. He had been in and out of institutions. He had been in and out of the jail cells. He's been in and out of his sister's area. So every time he got sane enough, he was getting out of one area or another area, back to Rosemont and back into his mental state again. So yeah, we've got people having fear regarding homeless people. I mean, he was somewhat beloved, but you stand there in the streets long enough, you will be losing your minds. Some people actually do have locations that they use it as home. We had, I think, Dockweiler Beach, right by LAX. We had a few homeless encampments out there, long term. They had to break it down because they were cleaning up the park. They were cleaning up the beach. As soon as they cleaned up the beach and later that night, here comes the encampments again. Because there's one cat out there that's been staying there for nearly a decade. Made it his home. Wasn't disturbing anybody. Now, some people make it their home, and they do disturb people left and right. I'm not saying homeless is bad. There are many circumstances for a person to go out there, but every time I keep hearing an NIMBY say about, say bad things about it, and I'm just waiting for them to be part of it. And in a way, I feel like saying, now you understand the problem. I should be more worried about that. I should be more worried about my schoolwork as well. When Mom passed away, and I was back in 2013 of February, I was getting into school for the first time with my brother. My brother had already taken a semester ahead of me But because he was having health issues, he couldn't complete, and I just continued on. I continued on with studying. And I didn't mind that because it was challenging. It was challenging. My brother was ecstatic that I was getting good grades in the damn thing. I was actually doing a lot better this time around than I had a long time ago when I came out of high school. 2 years straight. And I couldn't keep the grades up enough for the school, and they kicked me out for about a year. Then Mom was going to kick me out permanently if I didn't get full-time work. I got full-time work. Within a week, I was hoofing it. Goes to the papers and get a job. I wanted to keep a roof over their head, but I also wanted to keep my family close. I was scared enough during those days. You might say some days I am scared that I'm afraid to turn out to be homeless. I know what it's like, and it's sick. It's sick to my stomach on that one. And I'm afraid of turning out to be one of those lunatics out there. That's why I keep talking on recorders and therapy and going to online services to help me out. So I'm trying to take care of myself that way. As for handling this particular day right now, I wanted to go back to sleep. I was fighting it like crazy. I just wanted to sleep this day off. It's Sunday. Just get a little bit of work done in this place and just take care of things. But you know what? It's getting bad. There's going to be some options, changes coming down the pipeline I'm not going to look forward to, but I'm going to have to deal with them anyway. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not liking it. But shit happens, and I have to deal with it. Just not today. That being said, see if I go back to bed and sleep a little bit if I can.